Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq, back with our annual Singapore Fintech Festival coverage. Organized by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the Singapore Fintech Fest is on its 6th edition, and we're proud to be a media partner for the 4th year in a row. Joining me for this segment, we have Janet Young, Head of Group Channels and Digitalisation with UOB, to discuss how fintech companies and incumbent banks can continue to work together to tackle climate change and sustainability issues. Janet, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Good morning, Jill. Thanks for having me. This is Janet from UOB, and this year UOB has been involved in Singapore Fintech Festival, and this is our 6th year. We've been a platinum sponsor since year 1, and I would like to say that this is a great time to be working with Nasdaq, and for us, I think one of the key reasons why the bank takes part in this is because we believe that powering innovation across ASEAN for a sustainable future is, a big theme, and we've been doing this for the last 6 years.
All right, and Janet, it's great to have you with us. Let's talk about some of the challenges the banking industry is facing as the global economy recovers from the pandemic.
I cannot talk about banking challenges without talking about the challenges our customers are facing. I think in the case of COVID, it has impacted many different industry sectors, individuals and businesses. Many of them are trying to recover from COVID, and the bank has done a lot in the area of supporting them in relief schemes. But I think this week, we're talking about the Singapore Fintech Festival week. A lot of it has to do with the pace of technology changes, the rapidly accelerating changes that confronts all of us. And this year, Singapore Fintech Festival is talking about Web 3.0 and how transformative both it can be as well as disruptive, it can do to the banking industry. And I think this is why all of us here are gathered to understand, unpack, depack, and also come as an industry to talk about the various impact of the various technology changes and how we as a bank can dial up the amount of effort and resources and investments we can put into this area of harnessing technology to help our customers, as well as help the bank deal with both the set of opportunities and challenges.
And Janet, how are banks like yours addressing those challenges?
Okay, I think there are a couple of key transformative programs that UOB has started to embark on, even before these challenges become accelerated, very much because COVID pandemic has been truly what we call the chief digital officer of all times, right? They've made a lot of changes in customers' behavior, how they transact, how they live, how they work, how they play, and also how they order food and, take transportation, right? So in that sense, when we take a step back, one of the key things that the bank has done is, because of our customer-centric view, we go back to basic. So how has customers' behavior changed? And using that change in behavior, and again, also thinking about how can we help them emerge stronger and more resilient from COVID, using these two key areas of both the need and helping customers be successful. We put this together and we think of a couple of key initiatives that we worked on. So I think first and foremost, I think on the individual front, UOB does banking across a lot of Asia Pacific markets, and particularly in the ASEAN markets. We're very large in banking a whole slew of consumers. Over here, we believe that COVID requires a lot of safe distancing, and most of the behavior changes with regards to digital and digital first. We believe that that's why UOB came up with UOB Tomorrow, the best of UOB Mighty, which is a all-in-one app that helps banking to be done on mobile, on the go, and also Tomorrow, which is our digital bank that we launched in Thailand and in Indonesia. Putting them together, we can then start to further hyper-personalize and to help our customers deal with things as simple as paying a bill, ordering food, buying goods from e-commerce, taking on services and paying for them on digital and online platforms. And I think by doing so, we do one more thing, which is provide customer with the choice of an omni-channel approach. The bank believes that it is a digital first, but not a digital only, because together with the ability to empower our customers from the convenience, accessibility, and also depending again on the service that they're trying to avail. If it is a complex, requires a little bit more advisory, they may still prefer to come to meet with someone either at a branch or with one of the relationship managers, even talking remotely online like we're doing right now, right? So I think from that perspective, we have both a digital first UOB tomorrow, and this is our response of helping our customers adapt and deal with, COVID and the changes that they have to work, live, and play, as well as giving them an omni-channel option that both the branch, the contact center, the relationship managers, and also digital can come in play, depending again on what sort of banking services and lifestyle choices that they're making. So that's one aspect.
And let's spend a minute on digital for just a second here. What are your views on digital assets and digital currencies?
Yeah, so on digital currencies, I must say that, it's become the rage of town. I mean, hardly a day goes by when people don't talk about Bitcoin, and all the cryptocurrencies. But I think from UOB's perspective, we believe that living in this particular region where there's a lot of diversity, our views of the market is a lot of central banks, particularly led by the BIS, has been studying, the impact of what central banks' digital currencies can do to help inclusion, to help financial inclusion, as well as, provide the ability for more efficient, faster cross-border settlement. So I think from that aspect, the bank has been very much involved in different initiatives on central bank digital currencies. And this is, in our own way of taking part in this Web 3.0 and, in harnessing the power of technology and blockchain technology that powers CBDCs.
And let's wrap up with climate change and sustainability, which has been a big topic, a very hot topic, even last year and this year. How can fintechs and incumbent banks like yourself work together to tackle these issues?
I think we go by the basis that, in the case of sustainability, there's this desire to be able to mobilize capital in a responsible manner and help, customers who wants to be involved to be able to monitor how that commitment could be, and then finally measure the impact. I think for us in UOB, we look at it from a very practical perspective of helping both businesses and individuals. And I think we just announced it this week at the Singapore Fintech Festival that in the UOB Tomorrow app, we will be able to offer this carbon insights tracker. That how cool it will be, right? To be able to know what sort of behavior that you have results in what sort of carbon footprint. And then each consumer can then decide, and this is really hyper-personalization, it then decide how responsible you want to be and how you want to be able to, live and choose to lead your life and the way you work, and influence your buying behavior and decisions that you make on that. And the second part for industries, we have launched U Energy, U Solar. Many of these schemes are to help businesses and household owners and building owners install something as simple as solar panels to reduce the energy footprint, and look at various means of financing to help devices, home appliances, and gadgets to help to have a overall, better way of managing your sustainable goals.
All right, Jen, it was a pleasure meeting with you. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you, Jill. Pleasure.